What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I am going to be speaking about having your North Node squaring your partner's moon in synastry. So in synastry, when it comes to having squares between two planets, this can be showing a more difficult, more challenging aspect to have between the two planets. And as a result, their interactions, their relationship can have a lot of friction, it can have a lot of tension at times. And they're going to have to learn different ways to be able to resolve conflict. And they're going to grow in a lot of ways through being able to get through any of these tensions or any of these conflicts or any challenges that do come up in their relationship. And it's very possible that they can even become stronger by being able to work through any of those conflicts that do come up. They can show that there's going to be some clashes, some challenges, but also that is going to be a lot of growth and it's going to lead to a lot of changes in some way that can be very beneficial. But with the squares, you already know that there's the potential for there to be some areas of misunderstanding or some areas of just differences between the two partners, and they could clash in certain things and have different temperaments and approaches, and that can lead to potential power struggles in some areas of the relationship. Things like being able to compromise, to be able to work together, that could be something that they need to learn to do, and it's not something that's necessarily coming naturally in this relationship. But with the squares, they can still have harmony, especially if they are willing to be able to work through and learn to be able to get to that place with each other, which can add a layer of depth to their connection with each other. And the energies being worked with in this synastry would be the moon and the North Node. So when it comes to the moon and its placement, it's going to be what really reveals the more emotional dynamics in the relationship. So the moon person is coming into this relationship from this approach, and the moon is really showing the inner work, the feelings, the instincts, the inner needs, and nurturing in a relationship, the seeking of security. And with it having a challenging aspect being made to it, like a square, this can show some triggers that can come up, and the need for a deeper understanding when it comes to dealing with each other, and also for having empathy and being able to nurture their connection. Because the moon is such a vulnerable energy, when it comes to dealing with each other, they may need to be able to also make use of more sensitivity in how they're approaching things and communicating with each other and dealing with each other generally. And whereas the moon can even be a bit more of a nostalgic energy, the North Node is more so concerned with the future. It's more of an energy of moving forward and considering ways to be able to move forward towards the future. And with the North Node, this is going to be bringing in a sense of being able to transform in this relationship, to be ready for something new, something that is also tied into evolution, and it can be spiritual as far as its influence, and it can also be a lot of growth that is experienced and brought into things and experiences that they have together in this relationship. Because the North Node, it's about the soul's evolution in this lifetime and getting out of a comfort zone, being able to move past that and being able to experience something different, but also something that is going to be very profound, and also having an influence on the growth of a person so that they can be able to move forward towards their higher potential. And that can include having to go through healing and being able to go through any kind of learning of things that no longer serve them so that they can be able to do that. And the North Node in a relationship can really bring the sense of purpose, like there is something that they are destined to fulfill, and the relationship has that purpose. And aspects being made to someone's North Node, especially if it's like conjunctions or anything, can show that there's going to be very transformative experiences and shifts that are felt within the relationship. Ultimately, they are supposed to be experiencing these changes, these growths, these feelings of progression, especially even on a spiritual level, through being able to support each other to be able to get there. And with the aspects being made to the North Node, this does show that any kind of conflicts or any kind of challenges that they do go through, they get through and be able to experience that sense of growth and that sense of an opportunity to experience development towards their higher potential. And with the aspect of the moon squaring the North Node in Synastry, this can be indicative of a relationship that is very familiar, even on an emotional level, from very early on between the two partners. They can feel that sense of familiarity or feeling like they are connected, especially on an emotional level, pretty quickly between the two of them. And this feeling can be very intuitive, more so than it is conscious, but it can feel like something on an energetic level. They feel like they recognize each other on a deeper level. In fact, that attraction between the two of them can feel quite intense. With this aspect in their relationship, it can be that there's a sense of karma that's involved, and they could be really drawn towards each other because of experiences that they may have felt through experiences in a past life and issues that may have gone unresolved in the past lives between the two of them. With the square aspect here, this can mean that it leads to some experiences that may involve tension or challenges within their relationship for them to be able to work through. And although it could be something difficult in the relationship, can also have benefit of being able to lead to growth in a spiritual way between the moon person and the North Node person, even on a personal level for both of them. And because any kind of conflicts or any kind of tensions that may be experienced in this relationship can be representative of a difficult past life that may have been more so rooted in something emotional, most of their interactions or conflicts or tensions are going to be emotional. And within their relationship, they could even be repeating issues, and they can experience a lot of the tensions or conflicts that they do go through are unresolved dynamics from a past life. And that is why they may be repeating a lot of confrontations and even intense emotional conflicts. However, when it comes to their differences in this relationship, it can be in how they may have different ways of nurturing each other. And that can lead to a clash in the relationship because it may not be what each other needs. So being able to learn to nurture each other and being able to learn how to work through any of those conflicts or clashes, especially on an emotional level, can lead to their growth, and it can lead to a lot of healing. And not only healing from anything they go through right now, but also from past relationships. And in that way, they can both experience evolving as individuals in this relationship from what they go through together. However, before getting there, this relationship can be one that can have a lot of dramatic and very intense challenges to be faced. There's also an aspect that can lead to a very painful separation between the two partners if they cannot work out the differences. And if they can also be able to have deeper understanding when they do get through any of the challenges that they do go through. And they can learn to integrate their different energies over time in this relationship. Even though it may not be something that comes naturally, they could still build that sense of a deep emotional connection through being able to have a lot more awareness in how they're treating each other, and they especially can really benefit from the effort that's put into the emotional connection of the relationship. Because the North Node wants to move forward and the Moon wants to be comfortable, it can feel like there's a clash between the two of their energies in this relationship, and the North Node person can feel like the Moon person is challenging their intention of being able to grow and move forward, while the Moon person may feel emotionally they are being triggered by the North Node person, who may be more interested in being able to move forward and the moon person may feel uncomfortable in this relationship with the North Node person. And the challenge in this relationship is really going to come in when it comes to growth and being able to establish a sense of stability. However, when it comes to what they're bringing to each other in this relationship, it's that the North Node person is acting as a catalyst for the moon person to be able to experience emotional growth and even emotional evolution through their relationship with the North Node person. And on the other end, the North Node person is able to be provided with a sense of nurturing and a sense of support from the moon person on their life path and towards their destiny. And the greatest issue in their relationship is in how the same problems or the same issues can repeat themselves and be brought to their attention through repeating the same pattern again and again in their relationship. And they can move apart and even reconcile and come back together and experience the same lesson needs to be learned. Well, that does it for this video on having your North Node squaring your partner's moon in Synastry. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and you found it helpful. And if you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to this channel for more videos. Well, that is where I love and leave you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.